Hi, it's Paula from Paula Quilting. Welcome back to my channel. I'm carrying on working from my UFO trays, and this is today's selection. I have unfinished log cabin blocks, two types of them. I'm not sure all of them will go into this design, but that's where I'm starting from. And I have some fall patches I made in part 1 of this series. I have also decided to include smiling bear paw blocks from this tutorial and some plain squares. That's where I'm starting from, but obviously I can add something later if needed as well. I first decided on the general layout of the key blocks, which are the bear paw, and then it was easy to kind of follow with the other blocks because I had to all bring them to 9.5 inch unfinished size. As you can see, my 4 patches were not very straight, so I had to square them up. I then added a small strip on the side to bring them up to 9.5 inch. I only added that strip to the two sides of that block. As a part of a chain piecing, I completed one stack of my log cabins and added some borders in the same color as originally started, which was green. I decided to square them up a little bit off the center. And made them into 4 patches with plain fabric. The small issue I had with that plain kind of flowery fabric squares was that actually they were not square. I used my log cabin parts as a template so I could use them, and so I was aligning the edges on the outer sections to my log cabins, so any mishaps were hidden in the inside seam. So the block came out nice and 9.5 inch size, so I didn't have to worry later when I put it into the quilt. Here is how that design kind of progressed with adding those 2 blocks. Next, I decided to use up some of my 5-inch string blocks I had already made. I decided to use them to make both a center block mixed with log cabins and some filler blocks just as 4 patches. So before we carry on with the project, let's just round up where you can find me and how you can support my work. First of all, please subscribe to my channel and watch videos as I'm posting them without skipping the adverts, please. Please comment against the videos because that helps to push them out to wider audience, and don't forget to share with your quilting friends. Join my network either on Facebook or Instagram. All the links how and where are in the description below. Where you see my posts either on Facebook or Instagram, please like, share and comment on them. If you like to add something extra, I've got now membership available through the YouTube. You can also use a super thanks on YouTube or buy me a virtual tea, coffee or lunch using a form on my website. You can also support me by subscribing to my newsletter via my website. That will help me to notify you when I publish new videos or blog posts, or maybe there are some items available to purchase on my website. However you decide to support this channel, thank you very much for being here, and I hope you enjoy the content. So here is how it looked at this stage. I actually decided I didn't like that string with log capping block for this quilt, and I had to look for something else to put in the center. I used some big squares of some flower lip fabric to blend it in, to fill in the gaps. So for the center I found this block in donated to me pile, so I just added the borders to it, squared it up to 9.5 inch, and I think it kind of blended nicely with the rest of the blocks. Here it is sewn together quilt top. I think it came together quite nicely, and I really like the center block here. It really kind of pulled it off. I hope you feel a bit more encouraged to mix and match your own UFO, so you can complete some projects before starting something new. So, you know, just clear up some of the space in your sewing rooms. There is a part 5 in the preparation, so don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. 3 previous parts are linked in the description below. Let me know what you think, and if you have made any UFO quilts recently. Also, if you have any questions. Thank you very much for watching me today, and see you next time.